Welcome back. To Me Percy Podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Casey. I'm here with
Your boy Jack, Johnny, yes sir. We back in here with another one.
and it's been a while, but season four, first episode, season four, 81 episodes so far. I think a month away from our 3-year anniversary of doing this podcast. A lot to go down for this new season of Me Percy Podcast.
Yep.
But let's get right into this. The NBA season tips off on October 21st with a huge NBC doubleheader. First time NBA been on NBC since the early 2000s. First, KD makes his Thunder debut against the Houston Rockets, and then, first KD makes his no,
Rockets debut.
Rockets debut. I wrote this wrong. Sorry. First, KD makes his Rockets debut against his former team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, as he sees the Thunder raise their banner from winning their most recent championship back in 2025 against the Indiana Pacers. You already know it. Go Thunder, Thunder up. And then we got LeBron versus Curry again with Lakers versus Warriors. So, my question here for you today is, which storyline stands out to you the most? KD versus OKC or LeBron versus Curry?
Obviously, KD versus OKC. We know what the Bron and Curry rivalry is going to bring us. We've seen that 1,000 times, but we really haven't seen KD play for real against Oklahoma City since he was in Golden State. KD has played in Oklahoma City a couple times since then, but it hasn't been a big story how it is now. Especially the story is big now, especially since Oklahoma City has a championship now, and it's just ironic that he's coming back to visit on the day that we raise the banner. I think it's pretty cool, and I find it pretty funny because I wonder what his reaction is going to be. I wonder if he's going to be like happy for the city or if he's going to beat Kevin Durant and KD like to troll, so I feel like he gonna be that. He definitely gonna troll a little bit for sure. But I think he happy at the same time.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's gonna be like for KD, it's gonna be bittersweet because at the end of the day, he still got 2 championships, 2 Finals MVPs when he left for the Warriors. But Oklahoma City was supposed to be the place where he was supposed to win a championship for. He was supposed to be the LeBron James. How LeBron was with Cleveland, he always thought in the back of his head he might well come back to Oklahoma City and win there. But now they already won without them, showing that they can win without him.
mhm.
Which took them a while, but they still can win without them. I feel like the biggest story is how the fans is going to treat KD because when KD came back first time, they was booing him, calling it cupcakes. But how is KD's going to react to the fans, or how the fans going to react to KD? I feel like that's the biggest storyline right there during that game.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think it'll be interesting to watch. I think it's gonna be pretty funny, bro. So I'm excited. Shout out October. October is almost a month away, so
Yep.
we almost here. I'm excited for NBA season. Uh, I'm glad like the NBA's like off season is pretty short. Like I feel like for football you got to wait a long time
Mm-hmm.
for for it to come back, but basketball you don't got to wait too long. It's only a couple months, so basketball season is gonna be interesting, bro. I'm excited for the season for sure.
And I feel like with like NBA season, they always have little bits and pieces of drama during the off season to keep you still feeling like okay, NBA is still going on. I feel like NBA is like a full season kind of sport. It's never stopping in NBA because you got the draft right after the finals, and then you got summer league, then you got all these training camp talks and schedule release, and then preseason about to happen like next month, and then go on with the NBA right there. While the
Yeah.
NFL season ends all the way up in February, you don't hear nothing until the combine, then the NFL draft a month later. Then you don't hear anything until August.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly how it is.
Yeah. But NBA Christmas is The NBA Christmas slate is here. Cavs, Knicks at noon. Spurs, Thunder at 2:30. Mavs, Warriors at 5. Rockets versus Lakers, prime time at 8. And Timberwolves versus Nuggets, closing at the night at 10:30. Stars matchups everywhere. But John, out all these 5 Christmas games, which one thinks more fun to watch?
I ain't gonna lie. This might be dumb of me, but I've already looked up the Christmas Day tickets. Even though they're not posted yet, but you know which game I'm trying to catch, bro. I'm trying to catch the Thunder game, of course. Like I haven't been I think the last Christmas game that we had in Oklahoma City was maybe against Houston, or maybe hold on, when was that? It was a while back, bro. I don't remember who we played in Oklahoma
It
City.
was Houston.
It
Because
was
what?
Houston. Yep. I think that was the last Christmas game that we had in Oklahoma City. I was at that one, and then we
Hmm.
played Houston again on Christmas, but we played in Houston, and I also went to
Hmm.
that one. So I think I gotta catch this Christmas game, bro. Since it's back in Oklahoma City, there's no way that I can't see how to catch it. So, uh, and it's against the Spurs. The Spurs pretty good team this year. Coming up, especially that they got like some key pieces. Obviously, the alien Victor, and then added Deer and Fox, and uh, they just got weapons. So I think it'll be a good game. I think they give us a good test for sure, and Victor gonna be healthy and give Shed a run for his money. So, uh, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it'll be definitely interesting.
I think. See, I'm not. I'm gonna see. I want to be biased, but I gotta be
Yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean that is a little biased just because I want to go to the game, but the game
Yeah,
that's probably gonna be most interesting though. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
I think the most
Ooh.
interesting one is going to be Timberwolves versus Nuggets. You got the
Yeah,
second
I
and
was,
third best,
I was,
second and third best team in the West.
yeah, I
That's
was, I was just gonna say, yeah, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets is looking like the team because I feel like the Timberwolves, they got something to prove. They didn't end the season how they wanted to, so I think they're gonna come out hot, and they're gonna be a top team in the West for sure, even though they uh don't have the pieces that they would like. They're gonna work with what they got, especially since Anthony Edwards always gonna have a chip on his shoulder. So, I mean, yeah,
yeah, and I feel like they actually did a good job with this Christmas Day schedules. No teams that like doesn't deserve to be here. I feel like only team that like okay, I'm like really is like Mavs Warriors because the Warriors barely made in the playoffs, and then the Mavericks didn't even make the playoffs. But I guess it's Steph Curry versus Cooper Flag, so that's the whole entire storyline right there for Christmas.
yeah,
But besides that, like, I have no problem with it. I feel like the 3 best games is definitely going to be Timberwolves, Nuggets, Cavs, Knicks, and Rockets, Lakers at prime time.
yeah, yeah.
But if you're looking at this, you only hear one matchup that's from the Eastern Conference. The rest is all West. Is that saying something about how the NBA views the Eastern Conference now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been knowing that though. We've been knowing that the tougher conference is the West, and the more entertaining conference is the West. We've been knowing that.
Yeah, because
And-
that Thunder Spurs 2:30 matchup. That's usually that 2:30 matchup is usually like, oh, the Bucks play someone during
yep.
that two
Or
thirty
the
match.
Celt or the Celtics. It's crazy
Or
that the
Celtics.
Celtics don't have a Christmas game this year. That's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
it's because they're blowing up mid
Yeah.
temporary rebuild until Tatum comes back.
Yep.
I'm
But
like, you usually see teams like Sixers, Celtics, Bucks, and these Christmas game matches for like the past 5 years. All 3 of them aren't on the Christmas matchup. Of course, they're gonna have Knicks. Knicks gonna play a Christmas game regardless.
yeah.
Yeah. The Emirates NBA Cup kicks off October 31st with group stage games every Friday on Prime. Opening night of the Cup has Celtics versus Sixers, Lakers versus Grizzlies. Then we see some Rockets, Spurs, Warriors, Nuggets, and more big matchups through November. John, do you think this in-season Cup will add real excitement to the regular season, or just be a filler until the playoffs?
I think it'll bring some excitement, bro. If you want to be honest, I think teams actually take the the NBA, the tournament pretty serious. Honestly, I feel like they took it pretty serious last year, but uh, well, at least speaking from the Thunder, the Thunder plays very hard in every game, and when we lost that cup, we felt some type of way. I don't care what nobody say, even though it's like the in season tournament, or whatever the cup. The Thunder felt some type of way not winning that. We lost against the Rockets, I think, and we felt some
We
type.
We lost against the Bucks in the championship.
Oh yeah, yeah, we beat the Rockets and we lost against the Bucks. Yeah, because Giannis was killing us.
Giannis was killing
I
us.
think I think he had like a double, like a crazy double that game too.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think teams will start taking it a little bit serious, especially not everybody's healthy in the playoffs for one, and then not everybody gets to go far in the playoffs when. So this is a chance to have some type of bragging rights or some type of hardware in the middle of the season. So I don't think it's just going to be filler games. Obviously, this is to prove this literally proves that regular season matters. A lot of people say that regular season don't matter, but this is a way to prove that it does. So I mean, I don't think it's just filler games. People might think of it in that way, but I don't think the players think of it like that anymore. It's actual games that you need to win because seeding, especially in the West, seeding is very difficult, and it comes down to every single game when playoffs roll around. So you don't want to take off any days uh, and get lackadaisical and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I don't think it's filler games.
I feel like it brings real excitement because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like those NBA Cup games, but always been the most closest games because the scoring matters. If you win by 10, if you win by 20, it matters. If who you win against matters, and when it gets to the elimination games, I remember when I went to the Thunder versus Mavericks game, that was like a closest thing we got to a playoff game right
Mhm.
there. Because Lou Dort clamped Luca up. He did not score a single point until the fourth quarter, and I just saw a preview of how Lou Dort and the rest of the defense, which wasn't even healthy, by the way, because Alex Cruz wasn't playing that game, and Chet wasn't playing that game. So like we got to see a little preview of the Thunder's defense and the Thunder's offense, which was going to look like in the playoffs. So I feel like the in-season tournament is a more little preseason to the playoffs, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yep, it shows that regular season matters because it's a competition. This is how it's gonna be when you see a team for 4 to 7 games straight. So it ain't just no regular trophy or whatever. It's something to compete for sure.
Yeah. But all these teams for the groups, who do you think is going to come out of each group? So we got West A, Timberwolves, Thunder, Suns, Kings, and Jazz.
Uh, I want to be biased again, but for this one, I'm gonna just say the Timberwolves because I think they'll be pretty good in the in season tournament. Besides us, obviously, like I think that we're gonna make it out, but besides the Thunder,
Mhm.
without being biased, the Timberwolves are gonna be a good team to make it out.
I'm going to be honest. Besides Thunder versus and Timberwolves, rest of the group is not really the strongest. I know last year we had like a really strong group coming out of the NBA Cup, and now this year, like Suns, they're like, and I think they're in the middle. Like, oh, playoff team, they're one player injury away from being a rebuild team, and then you got Kings rebuilding team, and you got the Jazz a rebuilding team.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go with Thunder right here. Gonna be biased, but it's the right bias. It's the
yeah,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
it's the correct bias.
And then so we got Mavericks, Clippers, Lakers, Grizzlies, and Pelicans.
Hmm. Mavericks, just
Uh,
because. I mean, the Lakers. Um, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like the Mavericks. They're gonna be pretty healthy, bro. Like if Kyrie comes back, I think as long as AD stays healthy, bro, and everybody else on the team just steps up and do their roles, bro. The Mavericks are gonna be a tough team to beat for sure. The Lakers still don't have like a real big.
mhm,
So like I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to watch. So
yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the unction. I'm gonna go with the unction. I feel like this is I feel like they're gonna be the more balanced team, and they're gonna be healthy since the beginning of the season. We don't know when Kyrie's gonna come back. Kyrie might not come back till next year, 2026, in like January or February. And then Lakers, I don't really like their moves. Like DeAndre Ayton was the best move they made, which is saying a lot. So,
yeah,
and I feel like the Clippers, they have the roster if they stay healthy, and they have the coaching staff. I feel like
yeah,
they're gonna win that. If not, if I have a second team, I'd probably say even even the Grizzlies has a better chance than Lakers and Mavericks in the Cup games.
That's fair. That's gonna be a tough group, honestly.
Mhm. No, this might be the closest group right here.
Yeah, because it's pretty much open for anyone.
Mhm. All right, and then West C: Nuggets, Warriors, Rockets, Trailblazers, and Spurs.
Nuggets.
I was gonna go with Nuggets. Like I want to say the Rockets, but like I
Nuggets are
feel,
vets. They're veterans, so I
hmm
mean,
they're veterans. Like I feel like the players on their team probably will care more about these Cup games than players in the Rockets.
yeah.
Uh, East A: Hawks, Cavs, Pacers, Raptors, and then the Wizards.
I'm I'm gonna go Hawks just because I feel like that's my sleeper team.
Yeah.
That's my sleeper team in general, like in the whole NBA. I feel like they're gonna be pretty decent this year, bro. Because they got some pieces, bro. They got shooters on their team, and then you giving Trey Young a little bit of help on the outside. So I mean, and they got pretty good defense too. They got defensive players on there that'll clamp when they need to. So that's all you need really to compete. So I think the Hawks are going to be my sleeper team. So I'm gonna take them.
Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth right here. I was, you know how big I've been on the Hawks since the
Yeah,
offseason. I feel like they have the best offseason of all the teams in the NBA, better than the Rockets, better than the Bucks, better than any team that had off Clippers and like. So I think the Hawks and Trey Young. I feel like this is their year to actually make some noise. You're gonna hear a lot around for the Atlanta Hawks right there. I feel like the Cavs might give a competing chance, but like, how healthy are the Cavs gonna be?
yeah,
Because that's the biggest question right there. Because we don't know how if Darius Garland's going to come back healthy. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, like only
yeah,
person I know that's healthy is Donovan Mitchell. And you know how
yeah.
Donovan Mitchell gets. Sometimes he will drop you 40 points, and the
And
next
here,
game
bro, MIA, bro. Donovan Mitchell is like one of the most inconsistent players that we know of, bro. He looks like Michael Jordan sometimes, and then the other times he looks like Mario Chalmers. And
hmm
I feel like, bro, what happened? But
Yeah. All right.
shout
East
out Coco
B.
Jones.
Oh my bad.
Shout out Coco Jones. But
Shout out Cutler Jones. Group B. East B. Celtics, Nets, Pistons, Magics, and Sixers.
you know who I'm rocking with.
You know what I'm rocking with.
Come on, Detroit.
Uh
I'm
huh.
going with Detroit, bro.
Detroit basketball.
Yeah, I'm going with
You already
Detroit.
know. You already know. We don't have to.
I
We
don't
don't
even
get them
think we
off.
need to explain that, but
Yeah. I like. If I was choosing this like team, the Magic, but it was really Detroit. Detroit's all the way up here. Magic. You can't even see my other hand in frame. So that's how big the gap is.
yeah,
All right. EC. Hornets, Bulls, Heat, Bucks, Knicks.
Knicks.
I'm going Knicks.
They're
Like
just a better. They're just a better team.
the better team all around.
Yeah,
It's yeah. But can you give me a little early NBA Cup championship game? Who do you think is going to be in the game?
man. You know what? I'm gonna go Knicks from the East.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go New York Knicks from the East. And I want to say the Thunder. Like I think the Thunder actually want to win this, bro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they were pretty salt. They got to the championship last year. They were salty that they lost to Giannis, bro. So I think I think the Thunder gonna run this back for real. So the in cup, yeah, I think the in season tournament. I think it's gonna be the Knicks and the Thunder for sure. That was supposed to be the finals matchup. That's what people was talking about. So
Mm-hmm.
hey,
See, for me, I'm gonna go
we got
with I'm gonna go with Hawks and the Thunder right there. I feel like that's gonna be the matchup in the finals, in my opinion. At the
in
end,
the finals, like in the
yes,
actual NBA finals.
actual NBA finals. That's my really early. I'm like I said, I've been confident about this. I feel like Trey Young might actually play on an MVP level this year. It is this contract year too. You know how players get when it comes to money. You know,
Yeah. Do
a
you
lot.
think? Okay, so I'm gonna ask this. Do you think if the Knicks don't make it to the finals, it's over with? Like they blowing it up,
Uh,
or it's too early for that?
I feel like it's too early for that. Like they brought in a new coach, Mike Brown. Uh, I feel like
That's
it's too
what
early for that.
I think they're gonna make it to the finals, bro. They were supposed to make it last year, but they added the coach that they needed.
The
Tom
problem
Thibodeau
was,
was not the coach that they needed, bro. But
I feel like the problem was they were too top heavy.
yeah,
That's the problem, and I feel like they're still too top heavy.
yeah, that's fair.
Mhm. But let's get on to this. So John Wall officially retired after 11 seasons, 5 All-Star selections. John, when do you think of John Wall? Do you see him as a underrated star or more of a what could have been story?
If you want to be honest, bro, I think John Wall was just like he was rated how he was supposed to be rated. I don't think he should have been rated higher than he was rated or lower than he was rated. I think people like appreciate him for what he has done, like he's a highlight reel, no? Like
Mhm.
he's a walking highlight reel.
Like,
But in
look up
terms
his
of
high school mixtape. That's all you
yeah,
got.
but I don't think you pick John Wall to lead your franchise to the like to win you an NBA championship if that makes sense. Like
Mhm.
he's not that player to do that. And if you and it's nothing against John Wall, but if you look at every player that has led their team to win NBA championship, it has not been like anybody that's just crazy explosive at a point guard position. Like Russell Westbrook, he's not he ain't never been like the person to do that. So and Derrick Rose, maybe he could have, but you know, I don't really think he would have made it to the NBA finals just because the NBA is stacked, bro. And and once the playoffs start, the paint gets clogged, the paint gets packed, and you get to start getting fouled. And John Wall didn't really have like he had a jumper, but he didn't have like a consistent one to where he was going to drop as much as he needed to win him games and make it to the NBA finals and make a deep run in the playoffs. Especially being with the Washington Wizards. I do think a lot of his talent was wasted in Washington. I do believe that for sure. But I think he was rated how he was supposed to be rated. I don't think he's like underrated or anything like that. But shout out John Wall. Like he had a great career, bro. Um and I just don't like when people like try to compare greatness to other greatness. I don't like that, especially when you know that he's not even on the same level as another player just because you simply hate the player that you're trying to compare him to. But yeah.
Yeah, like I just like like back in 2018 when he went down with that Achilles injury. It was just I just never knew like that was going to be like the end of seeing John Wall being John Wall because he had times where he was close to pulling the Wizards to at least to the conference championship where he had that close battle with Isaiah Thomas and the Celtics, but like it just seemed like he like once he had that injury and right when he was supposed to be entering his prime when Bradley Beal was entering his prime, like, I feel like we never got a chance to see John Wall prime and Bradley Beal prime coexist. Because imagine you get a 30 points per game score with someone who can average 24 and 10. I just feel like we never got a chance to see that with the Wizards right there. But like, I feel like I feel like his story is like what could have been like, what could have been if the team actually built around the team better. It is the Wizards. What could have been if they had the right coaching staff. What could have been if he could stay healthy. What could have been if they drafted right, if they play better against the Celtics because they had a chance to beat the Celtics.
It
Like,
was really just he was in a horrible situation, bro. He got put into a losing what we call a losing franchise. Like losers find a way to lose, bro. Like He unfortunately he was just like he was just like not in a situation where he could have been put into like win, you know. He lost his whole career because he wasted it in Washington. And then when he did go somewhere else, it was pretty much like too late, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like, and that Achilles injury, like he hurt his Achilles, and then while at home he slipped and hurt the Achilles again. So like,
yeah.
it's just unfortunate. It's unlucky, but like, I just that thing about John Wall. Like, he used to be one of my favorite players because I used to watch all his Knicks tapes and all. And
Yeah.
then like number 11, like stuff like. But yeah, but I think he's gonna not a Hall of Famer, of course, but like he's gonna be his jersey's gonna get retired by the Wizards. He made the Wizards irrelevant after Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, for sure. He's the he was their franchise guy for sure. He was.
The Bulls announced they will retire Derrick Rose jersey on January 24th. Rose is a Chicago hometown MVP despite all the injuries and impact on the city. He is legendary there. My question here for you today is: Derrick Rose more beloved than Michael Jordan in Chicago?
No, absolutely not. Nah.
I feel like he is, because since he's from Chicago,
No, 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 no,
he's
no,
from
no, no,
Chicago.
no. Okay,
I feel like
okay, I can see that. I can see that. But bro,
I'm not saying better. I'm
hello?
saying more
Bro,
beloved.
people will die for Michael Jordan before they die for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, but people who aren't from Chicago would die for Michael Jordan. What about people from Chicago?
My point exactly. So what makes you think that the people in Chicago don't love Michael Jordan for what he has done for that city?
I guess.
He got a statue outside of that out in Chicago for a reason, bro.
Yeah, Derrick Rose is gonna get a statue outside.
No he's not.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose is gonna get that jersey retired. He's not gonna get a statue though. Derrick Rose got to win a championship or championships. Michael Jordan has 6 of those in
Yeah,
one
but I feel like
in one jersey.
MVP. That he's from Chicago. Like he's the he's like their baby right there.
Stop it, bro. It would be different if it was like LeBron James. Like LeBron James won a championship for the city and he from the city type thing. But Derrick Rose didn't win, bro.
I guess so. Okay, I'll give you that one. But,
Now, could he have won? And then like if he would have won, at least one, then maybe we would be talking about that. Like, oh, Derrick Rose bought us. He was an MVP, hometown hero. He the kid like from the city. Then all right, you know. But nah, bro. Michael Jordan is like, if he's a global icon, just imagine how people is rocking with him in Chicago, bro. Michael
but
Jordan stopped the violence for a little bit in Chicago. That's how.
like Chicago, like people in Chicago was watching Derrick Rose since he was little, seeing him from little all the way to the Chicago Bulls winning not championship, winning MVP there. Yeah,
I'm not.
that's a good
I'm not
25
knocking.
years of support right there for.
I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. But from 85 to like 90, that decade, 85 to like 96. Come on, bro.
Okay.
That was like the best 10 years Chicago has ever seen, bro.
Ever.
During his hiatus, they were still rocking with Jordan 3P even when he went on his hiatus. He the only person like he had 2 3Ps, bro. That's rare, bro.
I feel like we just need to ask someone from Chicago about this. I feel like someone from Chicago would say something different, but I guess I'm just outside looking in.
I
No.
promise, bro. They not gonna say nothing. Clip it, and see. I promise,
Mm-hmm.
bro. They're not gonna say nothing different, bro. Because if you say something, I'm sorry, bro, but Derek, I love Derrick Rose, and if you want to be honest, I barely even like Michael. Don't even like Michael Jordan that much. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, man,
Hey. The Oklahoma City Thunder dropped their 2025-2026 City Edition uniforms featuring a bold new design, and fans are already debating online. John, if you can rate these new Thunder uniforms, is it a hit or a miss?
It's a miss for me, just because I feel like I've seen them before. It's just a darker version. That's it.
Like it's a darker version of the light blue jersey we had back in
Yeah,
2019.
yeah,
I don't know why. I feel like it was light blue for a reason.
yeah,
So why are we changing up?
yeah. It just reminds me of like the Paul George days. I think. Yeah,
Um,
it's a miss for me though.
if I can grade it, I'll give it a C. Like at least design looks good. I just don't like the colors.
Yeah,
I'd rather be back to light blue. Always
or
love light.
just or like make it a neutral color, like make it like gray or something. Like make it like cool, like make it cool. Give us something that we never seen, like no color that we never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen gray in a gray jersey in a long time. We haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen. I mean, we had the orange jerseys back then, but we ain't seen that in a minute.
We haven't
Uh,
seen that for a while. What?
yeah,
Uh, yeah, I agree. Like something different, gray, orange. Like I
yeah,
said, the light blue, or which we had black last year, but like it wasn't really black
yeah.
for
We was rocking with the black, but it was cool. Like I want to see something. I feel like the Thunder
like
just need a whole rebrand.
yeah, like put some lightning bolts in there. Like we're like put
Like
something
we really
on
need to
there.
go to we need really need to do like my GM or my league real quick, and like
Hmm.
where you could customize like
Yeah,
the relocation on 2K. We need to do some stuff like that.
man,
Just hire me though. Hire me to do it. I get us right.
man. Bro, like if they could put like lightning bolts on the side or something,
Yeah.
but CBS Sports dropped a fun piece ranking the 25 NBA what ifs from the last 25 years. Stuff like what LeBron went to Cleveland, stay in Cleveland, what Steph never got dropped by the Warriors, what Derrick Rose never got hurt. John, if you can change one NBA what if, which one would you rewrite?
LeBron staying in Cleveland because that would mean that the Thunder would have a better chance of having a championship before earlier than what we did. And maybe, man, this hurts to say, but ah, just winning game 5 when we had the chance.
Back in 2016?
26, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to say that one because like I want to be biased. I say that's definitely one. But I will say this: what if the Thunder approved Tyson Chandler's physical? We had a chance to trade for Tyson Chandler, but we failed his physical, and we ended up
Mhm.
going with a different trade, trading Jeff Green for Kendrick Perkins. But what if instead we traded for Tyson Chandler? Tyson Chandler was already on a a long term contract, so it was never going to affect us signing Serge Ibaka and James Harden, so we could have kept both. So I feel like he could have been that piece to help us win. Not even like in 2011, a year earlier, because Tyson Chandler was part of that 2011 Mavericks roster.
Yeah.
We was going to trade for him back in 2009.
Yeah.
So we could have been in the finals in 2010, 2011, 2012, like those 3 years right there.
Man, and Tyson Chandler was killing back then too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Yeah.
And then like, I feel like another what if, maybe because it's local to me. I've been seeing this team rise, fall, rise again, and fall again. What if the process actually worked?
Yeah.
Like
That was
what? Like we
I'm
see.
gonna bring something up later that I seen on Instagram, but
Mhm.
man, the 76ers had so many opportunities, bro. They
Like
could they could have been great.
Like, what if like their draft picks actually worked? They drafted Jahlil Okafor, a third pick overall. They drafted Nerlens Noel. They drafted Markel Fultz. They drafted Ben Simmons. Only person that really worked was Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons only worked for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe what if the Sixers never fired Sam Hinkie too early, and then brought in Brian Colangelo, because I feel like Brian Colangelo kind of ruined the team from there.
Yeah. Or I guess another what if uh Kobe Bryant not getting traded to the Lakers. Would Kobe
Mm-hmm.
Bryant be the same Kobe Bryant?
Or like, what if Kobe actually answers KG's phone? KG was in Kevin Garnett was interested in playing with the Lakers in 2007, but he didn't answer his phone, instead he's like, okay, let's go with the Celtics. Imagine Kobe and KG.
And then KG goes on to win with the Celtics. What in 2000? Was that
2008.
in 2008? The year
Yeah.
after?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Mm-hmm. Or what if the Warriors never fired Mark Jackson?
man. I think if you, hey, this might be a hot take. They might have more. They might have more rings. They might would have beat LeBron in 2017, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Is that a hot take right there? Clip it.
It might be a hot take, bro. It might be a hot take. It might not be, but I just feel
But
like Steve Kerr got outcoached by LeBron, bro.
mm-hmm. uh,
Because 3-1 is crazy. 3-1 is wild.
3-1 is crazy. Like,
And you have a great. He had a great team. Like
mm-hmm.
he had the better team. Like I don't care what nobody. Everybody tried to discredit LeBron because like he had great teammates or whatever. But the team that he beat, it was better. Was the team that was better than his. So I mean, you know,
Like that team, like is on the same level as the Oklahoma City Thunder team right now. Like
yeah,
they were just built all around. They're 12-man deep.
yep. Their bench was crazy. Yeah, they had every piece that they needed for sure.
Well, let's switch over to the NFL. Big QB decision in Indiana. The Colts are rolling with Daniel Jones as their starter over Anthony Richardson heading into Week 1. Does this move help the Colts win now, or does it slow down Richardson's development?
I think they're going to. I think they're giving up on Richardson, bro. That unfortunately, I think that's what it's sounding like. Like I think they're just. But Anthony Richardson's still young, bro. So I don't know. Like, would you let someone that young go? Like, and he got the talent. He just ain't been healthy for one. And then I guess they're just trying to win games right now, which they're not gonna win too many because they're the Colts. But uh, yeah,
Yeah, I don't really see them win now. I feel like I think Daniel Jones is still a decent quarterback in the league. He's still a starting quarterback. This New York, this random out of town because what happened with Saquon Barkley,
yeah,
and then subpar offense, subpar like wide receivers, O line, stuff like that. But I feel like Anthony Richardson, he's only what 22, 23-year old quarterback. Jaden Daniels is in his second year and he's 24, 25-year old. Same thing with Bo Nix, and then like Joe Burrow when he was drafted, he was 23 years old. Like I feel like it's still too like soon to give up on Anthony Richardson, but like I understand like I'm still surprised how he even got recruited. If you look at his high school stats had like he had more interceptions and touchdowns and was winning. And then we went to Florida, same thing with Florida. It's just all about the potential. What if this can be the next Cam Newton?
mhm,
But like, how are you developing the next Cam Newton?
yeah,
Colts O line is not the same O line it was the past couple of years. Their O line is pretty weak. In my opinion, I feel like teams like the teams like the Raiders, teams like the Steelers are looking at this situation with Anthony Richardson, like, oh, we can might get a trade for him, get our next QB for a little cheaper. He's a draft pick or something else. So, but yeah, I feel like this is slowing down Anthony Richardson's development.
Yeah, I believe so too. Because he's young, bro. He's young, and he just need a team to believe in him and actually help him develop. Uh, I wouldn't. The Colts are going to give up on him, but if I'm an NFL team that, like you said, the Raiders or the Steelers, somebody that needs a quarterback, it's, it's something to look into for sure.
Mhm. So Cleveland is going with Joe Flacco as their Week 1 starter, which we all knew was going to happen. But do you think Joe Flacco is going to keep the Browns competitive, like he did
Nah,
when he
I mean
first
he
came
he
back in?
going he just gonna do the job. I don't think he's gonna like win them games or anything like that. But I don't. My hopes for Joe Flacco is not gonna. They're not really high. Like the ceiling for Joe Flacco is not really high. Like he's a vet. He's old. He's already won. Um, he's just gonna be like the veteran leader on the team. I don't think it's gonna be anything like spectacular coming out of him, and I don't think we should expect that either. Um, but I think that the Browns will definitely give one of the young guys a shot for sure. I think Joe Flacco just to start it off, but
Yeah, I agree. The Browns is the worst team in that division by
yeah,
far, and I feel like he's just a placeholder for next season when either Shador Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, or Deshaun Watson comes becomes the starter again. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna have a good 3-win season, 3 wins. They're gonna somehow beat the Ravens like they always do.
yeah, they'll probably beat us like week 11, week 12, something like that.
Mhm.
Uh, it's just the AFC North stuff, you know. We're gonna
And,
sit out our starters, and
and
then they're
and
gonna do it.
then they're gonna somehow beat the Bengals twice.
Yeah, I hope they do actually, like actually, because yeah,
Jerry Jones revealed that the Cowboys offer Micah Parsons the richest non-quarterback contract in team history. Parsons hasn't signed yet, but the message is clear that they want him to lock in. And then when Jerry Jones talked with his agent told him, "Well, screw off. We don't want to talk with contracts right now." So, do you think Micah Parsons really wants to stay on the Cowboys, or this is just more of his tactic right now?
nah, I don't think he wants to stay. Honestly, I think he's pretty much done with the Cowboys. I think he is going to resign. I do think he's going to resign the contract, but I don't think like his heart's not there. He knows they're not going to win anything in Dallas, bro. So I think part of him is wanting to go compete somewhere where he can win, and then part of him is like, I want to stay with the guys that I've been here with, and get the bag because Jerry Jones probably did offer him that bag. But yeah, I don't think he wants to stay in Dallas for real.
I agree. No, I don't feel like he just don't want to be on the Dallas Cowboys because maybe he doesn't like Jerry Jones. Like
Mhm.
the way Jerry Jones is talking to him, like, "Oh, you have no leverage, you have nothing. I can franchise tag you next year, and franchise tag you next year, and the next year, and next year, and next year." So I feel like he just doesn't want to play for the Cowboys. Doesn't want to play for Jerry Jones. He wants to go like we've been saying, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, back in home.
Yeah.
People are saying that Washington Commanders, the New York Giants, for some reason, like the Denver Broncos, the Baltimore Ravens. The people are even saying Trey Hendrickson for Micah Parsons. So, so stuff like that. I just don't feel like after hearing his agent saying like, "Oh yeah," even being offered the biggest non QB contract from team history, him saying no, I feel like this the writing's on the wall. He doesn't want to play for
I mean, it's
Cowboys.
just the fact that that could have been offered though. I think that was the biggest thing. Like it could have been offered, and we didn't have to wait until up until week one or until preseason's over for you to offer it to me. We could have been had it. We had all summer to do this, but
Yeah, he was trying to do it last year too, but
Yeah, I just feel like Jerry Jones was trying to prove a point that he's the owner and whatever he says goes. But at the same time, like your players have feelings too. They want to feel like they're valuable and they're validated, and feel like they want to be like you want them there. And Jerry Jones was trying to prove a point that was basically saying like, bro, we don't even know if you're going to be healthy, so we don't even know if we can depend on you. Which Micah Parsons, you've been able to depend on him since he's been in the league, since he's been there. So I think the whole deal was behind Micah Parsons just wanting to feel validated and feel like he wanted, like Jerry Jones wanted him there, like he wanted him to be a Cowboy. But Jerry Jones was just waiting too long, trying to play this mind game with Michael Parsons, and Michael Parsons is pretty much checked out. Like he don't want to be under you no more, bro. Like he's gonna miss his homeboys and his teammates that he's bonded with and that he's been there with. But he want to go to a team where not only can he can't compete in Dallas. Everybody know that Dallas ain't been able to compete in years. Yeah, it's America's team, but they ain't winning for America. So he want to go somewhere where he feel like he can win, and then where he gonna feel like he validated and he worth what he is. But it's not there in Dallas, and I think he realized that, so he not gonna go back and forth with him. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree. But on to the next topic right here. Sorry, I'm lost where I'm at on this agenda.
McLaurin, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin has not yet signed a contract extension and requested a trade from the Washington Commanders. Do you think the Washington Commanders are going to actually trade Terry McLaurin, or do you think this contract's going to actually happen?
I think they're gonna extend his contract. I wouldn't trade him though. That
Yeah.
might be the dumbest thing you could do, but because Jaden McDaniels is gonna need him this season,
Mhm.
bro. If you want Jaden McDaniels to be the quarterback that you want him to be, and you want him to be confident, and you feel like that he could do some damage in the NFC, which he can, you need him to have those weapons around him. You don't want him to be another Lamar Jackson or whatever, just wasting his talent. You need to build around him and keep Terry McLaurin there because that's one of the receivers, one of the better receivers in the league, and it's not too many like him right now. So
I,
uh,
I feel it'd be dumb to trade away a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL.
yeah,
Like, you better extend that contract. Stop being cheap. I
yeah,
know you guys just got Debo Samuels, but it's not Debo Samuel of 2021. It's
yeah,
Debo Samuel of 2025. So we know Terry McLaurin is that type of person that can extend a quarterback's talent that they already are. So I feel like it's a simple thing. Extend Terry McLaurin.
yep.
Last thing before we go all over to college football, is there a team ready to dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC with all this recent ESPN originals about the Chiefs dynasty and the Chiefs kingdom? What team do you think can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC? Man, that's a funny way to say the Denver Broncos.
Oh, oh wait, oh wait.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
ain't no horse. This ain't no horse, buddy. We too fly for to be a Bronco. You see what this say?
yeah, something that from like 20 years ago.
It don't matter, buddy. It don't matter.
Hey, bro, let me tell you this right now. Not only Denver Broncos will win the division, they will go to the Super Bowl too. All right, trust Denver Broncos is hey Broncos country.
All right,
Let's
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to be honest.
okay.
Be be genuinely honest, like
hmm
the most honest you can be.
Okay, I'm always honest.
According to the quote that you just made, how confident are you in that quote on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being the least and 10 being the greatest. That the
I'm gi-
Denver Broncos will win the AFC and they will go to the Super Bowl. How confident are you in that? In that?
I'm gonna give you a solid 9 right there. I'm 9 out of 10 right there.
Okay, so what can increase your chances?
I just say this. The running game. The running game just need to be better. I know we brought in J.K. Dobbins, but as a Ravens fan, you know how healthy J.K. Dobbins can be. And then we drafted R.J. Harvey, so I feel like if those two can be as great as they can be, we have a solid chance to increase the chances. And then like the wide receiver group, we got Marvin Mims. A lot. I'm hearing a lot about Troy Franklin and the rookie Pat Bryant, and then of course Cortland Sutton, the most underrated wide receiver in the league, who has the best hands in the league too.
Okay. Now, I will say the Broncos. They are a team that the AFC should watch out for. But I do believe that there are other teams in the AFC that have a better shot of dethroning the Chiefs. Dethroning.
Yeah, but
Uh,
who's better than the Chiefs than someone in their own division? Someone who plays them twice a year, who knows how they work. It's hard to beat a team twice. It's even harder
okay,
to beat them 3 times.
okay. You may be able to dethrone them because you're in the division, right? But you're not going to sit on the throne.
Okay, I guess. But like, I'm just saying, what makes this year so different compared to the year before, the year before, the year before, the year before, and the year before for the Ravens? Because
I,
you guys
I,
had
I'm,
chances 2 years
I'm,
ago. Yeah, a
I'm
chance this
glad you.
year.
I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna just name. I'm gonna just list off some names. Zach Orr, defensive coordinator. Kyle Hamilton, Malachi Starks, Nate Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey. Those five right there. That was our trouble. That was what we struggled with in the past. But drafting Malachi Starks, Nate Wiggins going into his second year with a little bit of confidence, Kyle Hamilton going into year 3, I think. Marlon Humphrey, he's been solid. He just needed a little bit of help on the back end as a safety. But Kyle Hamilton's rolling down at the nickel. Malachi Starks is going to be the strong, probably. And then bringing in a vet with some swagger like Jair Alexander. To me, that sounds like a pretty good secondary.
It's cool, but like the Ravens always have a top 5 defense. But when it comes to playing the Chiefs,
That's not true. That's not true.
how, bro? Wasn't your defense like top 5 2 years ago?
I don't, bro. I don't believe that we were a top 5 defense 2 years ago.
Really, when you guys had that great season, as no
Hold on,
one
hold on, hold
was.
on, hold on. Because now I'm about to look it up.
But I feel like the Raiders always have a solid defense. They're great against every single team. Then when it comes to the Chiefs and the Bills, you guys just fall apart. And it's just more of a Lamar Jackson passing game against the Chiefs and the Bills. And I feel
Okay,
like every single time.
2023, we were, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we were top 5
Mm-hmm.
defense.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
But,
Like, but I feel like the biggest problem, because it happens every single time. Once you guys play the Chiefs, you guys like, know what? Let's not play Ravens football anymore. Let's try to out throw Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and
yeah,
let's get the ball back to the Chiefs as soon as possible, because that's where the defense struggle. Defense can only be on the field for so long until they start getting tired and they start making mistakes. When the Ravens are giving the ball back to the Chiefs so fast because they want to play Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes, where you're not Tom Brady, you're a Lamar Jackson. You got to play Lamar Jackson, have Lamar Jackson play.
yeah.
Wow, you got the Denver Broncos. Win the championship, the AFC championship, the AFC West.
AFC West sound cool.
All right.
Now, I don't see the, I don't know, bro. But I
No,
think
it's
this is,
like
see, this is where, like, this is, you want to know why I believe that we're going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Why?
Because nobody's talking about us. Just like how everybody slept on the Thunder and everybody was downplaying the Thunder. Oh, the Thunder this, the Thunder that. Regular season don't matter. Oh, freak though merchant, all this and all that. Lamar Jackson, is he still are they wasting his talent? What is he gonna do? Lamar Jackson is just not getting started, buddy. He got robbed out of the MVP last year. You remember when Shea got robbed out of the MVP 2 years ago? And he won it
Yep.
this year?
Hmm.
This is like the same scenario, basically.
But it's it's
Bo
it's
Nix has
it's the
never
same.
been in that combo. Bo Nix has never been in
But
that
it's the
combo.
same, bro. It's the same scenario for this year. 10 years ago, what was the Denver Broncos doing? 10 years ago, they were winning a championship, winning the AFC West, winning the AFC Super Bowl 50. Now it's Super Bowl 60. It's time. The Denver Broncos nation been waiting for this for 10 years, and this is their chance.
Hey
It's
man,
not the
just go ahead.
Ravens. The
Just
Raiders.
go ahead and
Ravens.
add. Just go ahead and add just 10 more years, bro. Just go ahead and add 10
Hey,
more.
bro, it's not gonna be. It's not the Ravens' chance. It's not the Bills. It's not the Steelers. Not the Bengals. It's not any team. It's the Broncos' year. It's in the it's in the stars.
I wonder how many people actually believe this.
It's a
Like it
good
don't even
amount of
sound.
people.
It don't even sound right. It don't even sound right. You know how I know it don't even sound right because nobody says that like on like any like big platform.
Yeah, because not everybody like. Hey, people weren't saying the Thunder was going to win a championship on any big platforms before we were saying it. Remember when we said the Thunder was going to be a top three seed, might be a number one seed, and then the next year we were? Like, that's what Me Percy podcast is. We're really saying stuff that's going to happen.
So
Like
why
I
can't
said,
we agree on the thing that's actually going to happen?
yeah. So agree with me. The Denver
No,
Broncos.
no, that don't even sound believable, dog. Like what?
Bro, remember when I said when Michigan was going to win the national championship and they did? And then I said, right, when Will Howard transferred to Ohio State's going to win the national championship then? I'm just
Because all
saying.
of that sounded believable. Like all of that sounded good. All of that sounded believable. This don't even sound believable. Like, do you know what? How much has to happen for the Broncos to actually do that?
The handle business.
Lamar
Top
Jackson got to
three
be out for
defense.
the rest of the season for that to happen.
Okay, all right. Now you don't sound believable. Hey, just go ahead.
Hey man, I'm a believer, bro. You know what? I'm a believer, bro. I'm a believer. You know, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. I'm rocking with it.
Be a believer. A believer.
I'm rocking with it. It's okay.
But let's go on with college football before we start our argument again. So Arch Manning has been the biggest QB name in college football. But I feel like after having someone's gonna have a great season this year, that's a young QB that's not named Arch Manning, DJ Lagway. And John, my question for you today is: can DJ Lagway be the next great Florida quarterback this season?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I've been watching I don't know if you heard about it, but the SEC on Netflix, the
Mm-hmm.
SEC documentary they covered last season.
Yep.
DJ Lagway, he's like that, bro. He's just young and I think he got a good chance of being, what Cam Newton wasn't at Florida. I think he got the size, he got the attitude, he got the confidence, he got the swagger, he got the skill. I think he's gonna be nice. I think he's gonna be nice, bro. Uh Definitely better than Anthony Richardson was for sure, I believe. So
That, that's for sure. That's for
yeah.
sure. I feel like
Yeah.
they're going. I feel like not this. Like no, they're not going to win. Like going go crazy for it. But I feel like it's going to be a good start for this year to next year for them having a better chance to actually compete in the SEC. I feel like they're going to have a good 8, 9 wins this season for Florida.
Yep. Yeah, I think they're gonna be nice, bro. So
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be. I feel like he's going to be the most exciting quarterback to watch this season in college football.
yeah, I could see that. Definitely.
Speaking of five stars, former five-star quarterback Malachi Nelson has been named the starter at UTEP after transferring. He's finally getting his shot as starting quarterback. John, do you think Nelson have a chance to revive his five-star career at UTEP?
I mean, he gonna put up some numbers for sure. But are we expecting anything out of UTEP?
Not really.
I
And
think he's gonna
is he
put
going
up
to
some
stay at
numbers.
UTEP?
I think he's gonna put up some numbers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like
I
another
feel
high
like
school. It's like that's UTEP is like high school, bro. Like he's gonna be like another 5 star at a bigger high school.
mhm. I feel like he never should have transferred away from USC when actually he should never decommitted from OU.
Mm,
That was the first when he decommitted OU and then recommitted to go with Lincoln Riley to USC. Then he ended up transferring after him losing the starting spot, and then transferring to Boise State. Then Boise State not even starting him, and them having their great year. Now he had to transfer again. So I feel like that was the biggest mistake for him decommitting from OU.
yep.
And that's coming from an Oklahoma State fan. I was so happy when I saw him decommit. I was like, oh yeah, it's working.
Yeah.
That was like right after that 2021 Bedlam win too.
Yeah.
But the College Football Playoff Committee announced they will use new enhanced metrics this season to evaluate teams, with the goal being more fair across conferences. Does this change actually help smaller schools, or would it just benefit the powerhouses?
Um, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. It's definitely going to enhance the powerhouses, but it might be able to help the smaller schools. It just depends on what the metrics are like. Designed for. It just depends on what the metrics are actually going to do. So maybe a little bit
Yeah,
of both.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I feel like it's gonna help the. I feel like using like metrics and like computers and stuff like that is gonna make a lot more. Computers still make mistakes. They're not 100% certain too. So
Yeah.
like we saw back in how they used to do the national championship, the BCS system. How Oklahoma State got robbed out of the national championship. It should have been Oklahoma State versus LSU, not Bama versus LSU. But I feel like sometimes when you use metrics like that, whatever system, how it's programmed, it can really screw smaller schools. Like it's gonna might screw up the schools like the Iowa States and like teams in the Big 12, because all of them are pretty smaller compared to the SEC, Big 10, even ACC. Like they're the fourth biggest conference. They're the
Yeah.
weakest out of the Power Five,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's gonna benefit teams that are in the Big 10, that are in the SEC. Even ACC. You know how they love the ACC over every single conference.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about teams, like records and their conferences. Okay, let's give our earliest conference winners, or early picks for conference winners. Who you got for the ACC, John?
Oh, what teams are in the ACC that's like? Mm,
That's like
that's
because you got
I don't know.
because you have Clemson, you have Miami, you have Duke,
That's what I'm
North
thinking. Like,
Carolina.
I want to be different and not go like Clemson or Miami, but that's looking like the only option right now.
hmm Like Georgia Tech, Louisville, Pittsburgh, SMU,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Syracuse.
I'm gonna go Miami just because. I mean, I know they don't have Cam Ward anymore,
But they
but
do have Carson.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go Miami just because I feel like it'll be a little bit interesting to watch, but I'm gonna go Miami for sure.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Clemson. I feel like that's the basic choice, but like I feel like that's just the right choice right there. I feel
Yeah,
like Clemson.
Dabo's pretty Dabo he's pretty reliable in terms of winning, so
Mhm. Yeah. All right, for the Big Ten, who you got for the Big Ten?
uh I'm gonna say Penn State, bro. I think Penn State is gonna win the Big Ten. It's either them or Michigan. Michigan's defense is gonna be key for them, but I think Penn State can get past them.
I do love me some Michigan, but I don't really think Michigan's like their offense isn't ready yet.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna fire their coach this the end of this year. I don't know why, but I just got a feeling. I feel like he's the scapegoat if they have a
yeah,
bad year this year, so they can actually bring in the coach they actually want. That's the only reason why. I feel like that's the only reason why they brought him in. He was offensive coordinator. They brought him in because they can use him as a scapegoat for all the stuff they say they did allegedly.
yeah.
So all the suspensions and stuff allegedly
Mhm.
they did. So and that's
But
why
I'm I'm
people
I'm
was really
I'm saying Penn State because obviously their offense is already decent or already pretty good, and then bringing in my guy, bro, went and won a national championship, then dipped the year after. So adding Jim Knowles to the
Jim
defense,
Knowles.
I think
Jim
he'll have the
Knowles.
defense. He'll have that defense right. So I think Penn State.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they'll be all right.
I'm gonna say I think if I can choose two teams, I'm gonna say Penn State and Oregon. Those are the two best teams in that conference. I can't wait for that. What week 4, week 3 game they play week 5 when Penn State plays Oregon at
Yeah,
Penn State. So that's gonna be a crazy game right there.
yeah,
I feel like from that matchup we will see who will win that conference.
yeah,
But I don't think it's Ohio State. Ohio State lost a lot of players to the draft, even though they still have Jeremiah Smith and uh, Caleb Downs. So but I feel like losing Will Howard and now having a young quarterback in there, they're not going. I don't feel like they're ready yet. Next year they will be, but they're gonna lose against. They're gonna lose against Michigan for the fourth straight year. So that's for sure. Fourth, fifth year. Go blue. SEC.
Oh man,
Now this is where decisions are made.
yeah, this is a tough one, bro, because the SEC
No,
is
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm just saying the real SEC teams are gonna win it. I'm even though I'm big on Texas this year a bit, but I feel like LSU is going to win the SEC this year.
okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. Actually, I'm not mad at that. You know what? Something is telling me to go with my twin telepathy right here. It was my me personally podcast telepathy, and I'm gonna just say LSU too, just because
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that. Uh, they got a lot of returning players for one, and then
hmm
yeah, I can't be mad at that.
I feel
LSU
like their
too.
talent is. I feel like their talent is just as they're as much talented as Texas. The only reason
Yeah,
why people are talking about Texas more because there's a Manning on Texas.
yeah, and Texas is always ranked pretty high to start the season, and then they ended up disappointing us. Find a way to lose the
Texas
Red
being
River.
Texas.
Find a way to lose the Red River rivalry, or if they win, they lose to someone that they don't belong losing to. But
Yeah. Texas being Texas.
yeah,
But John, if you can put a bet for today. Oh wait, I'm about to skip the Big 12. Never mind. Sorry, Big 12 predictions. I'm about to go on to. I feel like this is the hardest one because it's the Big 12.
yeah, and
Like we
everybody's
weren't
is wide
you
open.
gotta think about it, like we weren't expecting Arizona State to win the Big 12
Yeah,
last year.
I
We
don't
weren't
think we're expecting them
expecting.
to. I don't think that we're expecting them to win this year either. But
hmm
man, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be different right here. Now, people are gonna look at me crazy, but I don't care. Uh, Give me Kansas State. Yeah,
After
I'm just saying,
yesterday,
huh? I know they already
after
lost. I know
lost
they
yesterday.
lost. I know they lost. I know they
Mm-hmm.
lost. Kansas State and Iowa State are the two teams that are sleeper teams in the Big 12. But I just feel like Kansas State. This might be crazy, but I don't care. Kansas State. They just they're just a crazy team. Like they're sleepers. I don't know, but everybody in the Big 12 is sleepers. So uh,
Yeah, for me this is tough because I feel like the Big 12 is mid this year. It you know, I feel like the Big 12 is only good when Oklahoma State's good, and Oklahoma State's not going to be good this year. And I feel like it's
and
all
that's
mid
another
teams
thing.
right
That's
here.
another thing, though, bro. That's another thing. You think we're not going to be good this year? We can't get any worse.
That's the. Mm-hmm.
And nobody's talking about
But
Oklahoma State. And Mike Gundy is going around every question in the media day. Uh, he's not saying much about what's happening during practice or what we're looking like. So I do believe that OSU is going to be at the top of the Big 12 this year. Might not win it, but we're not going to be last. We're not going to be 0-9 in conference. I'll tell you that much.
But no, if I'm gonna throw a team out there, I might as well hop on on the high train right now. I'm gonna say Colorado. I'm just gonna go with Colorado. Just to throw a team out there. I feel like Colorado, like they gain a lot from the transfer portal. They gain a lot from recruits. They brought in the quarterback from Liberty. I feel like he's gonna be the starter for this year, and we'll see next week. But that's what I got. Colorado,
Okay.
Coach Prime. Us primes need to stick together.
Right, 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 right.
Right. But
Yeah.
if you can bet today, John, who will you pick to win the Heisman this year?
Oh, man. That's a tough question because I really don't even know like who's even
I feel
I
like
don't know.
this year we might see a non-quarterback win it. And if I'm gonna put my bet on someone, I'm gonna put my bet on Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. I feel like he can carry Notre Dame to a 10. If he can carry Notre Dame to a 10-win season, get 2,000 rushing yards, and the quarterback play is not as great as it was in the wide receiver play. Like, 'cause you gotta think about, like, any other year, Ashton Jeanty would have won Heisman
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the Travis Hunter hype and all sorts of things.
But I'm a if I'm gonna place a bet today, if LSU wins the SEC, give it to Garrett not QB Garrett. Give it to
Mm-hmm.
LSU's QB. Uh
Yeah.
if they win the SEC, that I think that can prove his case a little bit. He's gonna put up the numbers. So that would probably be mine.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. It's time for a new segment called My Five versus His Five. We're gonna give a list of our top five teams in college football who's going to win it all. We're going to go by each number. So, John, you want to start with your five? What's your fifth team?
My fifth team,
Mm-hmm.
give me LSU. Give me LSU at number 5. I don't think they're gonna
LSU.
win, but
LSU.
I'll take LSU at 5.
Okay. I got Oregon at five. Oregon
Okay.
continues to lean into pace, power, and like, and their offenses look loaded up with bringing in from the portal Makai Hudges, who brought in 2,779 yards in the last two seasons, and offensive tackle Isaiah Worrell, a 6'8" first round potential to anchor the line, and then with elite transfers and the high pace offense, it's Oregon. Oregon is always in that conversation. They have Dante Moore, who was a redshirt sophomore who transferred from UCLA a couple years back, who sat behind Dylan Gabriel. Now he's the starting running back. They got DeCorian Moore, wide receiver, high end potential freshman, and Evan Stewart, senior, transferred from Texas A&M. I feel like their offense and then defense. You can't forget Mateo Ugalele, younger brother of DJ Ugalele. I cannot pronounce that last name to save my life, but he's a first round defensive talent right there. Bryce Bochester, a linebacker, senior returning from All American season, and then you got Dylan Thiemann, transfer from Purdue. So like I feel like Oregon they have the fifth best chance to win the national championship this year if they can win the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's fair. That's cool. I like that. Uh,
He got four.
man, my number four. Uh, this is tough too, and I'm gonna put Oregon at my four for the same reasons that you said.
Mm.
If they could win the Big Ten, it's pretty much similar to LSU. Like if LSU can win
Mm.
the SEC, uh, and Oregon can win the Big Ten, they have a good chance of uh being able to win the national championship. It's just really up to them. They got the pieces, they got the talent, and it's really gonna be up to them. But it's gonna be tough because my last three is gonna tell you why it's tough. But
Mm-hmm. I feel like we have a similar list right now. Like I got LSU at number four. You know, like you
okay.
said, if they can win the SEC, they have a chance for anything. The court Heisman candidate Garrett Nussmeier. They brought in transfer Barry and Brown, a deep threat, and then they have their veteran center Braylon Moore, who can hold up that line. They have a great offensive line, probably like top 10 offensive line in the country.
Hmm.
Uh, and they brought in a
A good running.
influx of
They got a good
transfers.
running game. They have a good running game for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, Caden Durham,
Yeah.
who, well, despite being a true freshman last year, he has 753 yards and 6 touchdowns. You know, before dealing with injury, but now he's back and healthy. You know, Tyree Adams, who's their offensive tackle, redshirt sophomore, and then Barry and Brown, like I said before, Aaron Anderson, redshirt junior, who led LSU in receptions last year with 61 for 884 yards. And then their defense. You got Whit Weeks, you got Dominic McKinley, you got Patrick Payton, you got AJ Hostler, and you got Mansour Dillon. You know, I feel like they have a great defense, a solid defense, and you know how LSU offense is. LSU
Yeah.
offense is always LSU offense. You know, they got the two receivers like always, not and they got a good run game. I
Yeah.
feel like it's their chance. It's just I feel like it's more dependent on their defense and then their offense. Because you know
Yeah.
how their
That
defense
that was
play.
their
You know how
problem.
Jaden
That was their
Daniels.
problem last year, though. Offense played great,
Mm-hmm.
and defense, they couldn't hold up for sometimes. I think that was their problem last year. But if their defense comes together, I think they would be all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they brought in like 18 transfers for defense, so
Yeah.
they knew defense was definitely the issue.
Yeah. But
But who you got your three?
moving on to my three, man. Uh, this is gonna be tough.
Oh,
I just can't count out Georgia, bro.
oh, okay.
I can't count out Georgia. Ah, man, this is tough. Yeah, I just can't count out Georgia, bro. I'm gonna just put them in my three, just simply because they have still got Kirby Smart. It's Georgia, bro. You know why? Like that's why they're in my three. So
See, my three. I got Clemson. You know, I feel like Dabo Sweeney. Like they made the playoffs last year. They didn't end up winning their conference because that was what who won the conference?
Georgia
Uh,
Tech won, right?
no, Clemson. No, Clemson won their conference because Clemson play SMU. Oh, SMU beat Clemson, or Clemson beat SMU. I've got, but you know, they won the conference or lost the conference. I wasn't paying attention to ACC football. I just know both of them made the playoffs. So they've made playoffs. You have a solid season. I feel like now another veteran returning quarterback, K. Klubnik, who's also a Heisman candidate too, and then with a strong returning core and then with additions on offense, and then new defensive coordinator from Penn State, Tom Allen, linebacker Barrett Carter, who's going to be a replacement for defense for the linebacker. I just feel like, and they got the running. You know, Clemson always got good running backs. You know, you got Gideon Davidson, who's a true freshman 4-star, who's supposed to be replacing Phil Maffa, and then you got Antonio. Williams, you got Bryant Wecko Jr., and you got Blake Miller, the offensive tackle, and then you got their defense. Clemson D line is always it's
Yeah,
like
Clemson's box, their box, not secondary, but their box is always good. That the linebackers
mm-hmm.
and the D line, they're always good. So
Yeah, and then led by T.J. Parker, who's supposed to be a top 10 pick in this next year's draft, and then you got Peter Woods, who's also potential another top 10 pick at defensive tackle, and you got Sammy Brown, who's a sophomore, former 5-star linebacker, and then you got Khalil Barnes, who's the safety, who's a playmaker in the secondary too. Had 4 interceptions last year, and then you got Avion Terrell Jr., who demonstrate being a star for Clemson and is praised for his playmaking abilities and locks and playing a bigger even role for the secondary. So that's why I got Clemson right there.
okay, that's good. That's cool. That's cool. Number three. Uh,
I feel like I 1 and 2 are gonna be similar.
or it may not be.
Ooh, ooh, who you got it two? Who you
I
got
got
two?
Kolb at my two. I got Kolb at my two.
I
Nah, at
got
my
Cole
two.
at pick two.
At my two, man. As much as it hurts me to say this, I want to say, ah, man. Okay. My two is gonna be my one's one team, but my two could be two teams. Okay, my
Mm-hmm.
two could either be Notre Dame or Texas.
Okay, okay,
Notre Dame, just I hate Notre Dame, bro. You know how much I hate Notre Dame. I hate them because
yeah,
they don't play. They don't play in the
and
conference, right? But
so they don't play real.
every time they go up against a good team, they show why they belong in the playoffs. So I can't really hate on them that much, but I think Notre Dame is going to be a good team to watch for. Just because they're always good and they always got a squad behind them, and then and they have a great coach. He's young, still young, and he's developing something very very cool over there at Notre Dame. And then this Texas could also be my number two because it's Texas. They're ranked high every year, and somehow they are gonna find a way to disappoint me once again. But I do believe that they will make the playoffs and they will be good in the playoffs. I do believe that they choked last year. Uh, they should have won, and I do believe that this is Arch Manning's team now. If they didn't put Quinn Ewers back in, it maybe could have been a different story last year for Texas. But it's Arch Manning's team now, and I don't care what nobody say. He's a good quarterback, and they got a squad over there, bro. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna take.
See,
Texas is higher than Notre Dame on my number two list, so I'm gonna take Texas at my number two.
I got Texas at number 2. Uh, Texas, I feel like this year Texas is banking on Arch Manning having an elite season, having a Heisman season, along with Brandon Baxter, a deep threat, tight end Jack Injuries, running back C.J. Baxter, and then even if Arch Manning gets banged up, they have a backup quarterback as Matthew Cowell. I feel like in their receivers, Ryan Wingo, Khalid Lockett, like their offense is going to be a high power offense, going to be one of the best offense in the NFL right this year. And then their defense, I feel like Texas defense is always good. Like I saw it when they played us in the Big 12 championship game, the absolute beatdown. You got Anthony Hills Jr., a returning All American linebacker. You got Colin Simmons, a sophomore who was a freshman All American, and then you got Majad Watson, defensive tackle, who transferred from Syracuse, who had freshman All American honors in 2024. You got Malik Muhammad, who is a junior cornerback, and now with the departure of Jabray Barron, now he's in a bigger role as the leading cornerback. And then you got Michael Tafe, however you pronounce his name, my bad, senior, returning second team All American, who leads the Longhorns defense. I just feel like if Texas don't Texas, you know what I mean by that. If Texas don't Texas, they have a
Yeah,
chance to win it all.
yeah, for sure. For sure. I do believe. I
All right,
believe so too.
all right. So if I'm following what you're following, I feel like we have the same number one team.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have the same number one team. Obviously, it's gonna be Penn State. Uh,
Mm.
just because I don't know, is it just sounds good, bro. It just sounds good. Like I think it's that time for them. Like I mentioned before, they got my guy over there at the defensive coordinator position, and we know how good he is. I don't know if I'm being biased because he was here at Oklahoma State and I've seen what he did, but also he also went to Ohio State and won a national championship. So uh, their defense is going to be okay, and the offense just got to be there to score, put up the points when the defense is giving the ball back. So. Uh, Yeah, I think Penn State would be all right. I think they're my number one for the best chance to win the Natty this year.
And they have the best running back duo in the league. You know, I have Penn State at number one, by the way. Best running back duo in the league with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Drew Lars returning. Uh, now with playoff experience, now he knows all the mistakes he made. So he's more of smarter quarterbacks. Like sometimes it's good to lose. You know, those aren't losses; those are lessons right there. You know, I heard that from church today. So those are lessons that he learned. So those are lessons that he learned from last year, and I feel like he learned a lesson. You know, their defense, they brought in Amari Campbell, who should be a high impact linebacker, and Jim Knowles, the elite hire. You know how much we love Jim Knowles here since he was at Oklahoma State. Had top five defense at Oklahoma State. I think they were number two behind Georgia, with a bunch of 3 stars, 2 stars, and some
Yeah,
4 stars and walk-ons on his defense.
had
So
that
and then
defense looking like an
like,
NFL defense, man. Man, that was the best defense we
mhm.
seen, bro.
And they got offensive lineman like Vega. He's a junior offensive lineman who might be a potential first round pick, and uh, who's on some preseason honors awards too. So like on some watch lists. So I feel like their O line is going to be stacked. And then you got receivers like Devontae Ross, senior receiver from transfer from Troy, and you got senior receiver Kyron Hudson. People are huge on him, transfer from USC. Then you got Kobe Howard, a freshman. Some people are liking him a lot, saying that he can be a potential wide receiver one in the future, and he's just a true freshman.
Yeah,
And then on defense, you got Danny Dentis Sutton. You got Zane on the defensive end. You got Zane Durant, defensive tackle. You got AJ Harris, cornerback. You got Zakee Wheatley, safety. You got this is the one that Jim. This is Jim Knowles' favorite play right here. Chaz Coleman, where she calls him the Chazmanian Devil. You know, like when you get called the Chazmanian Devil, you know, you feel like from a defensive coordinator like Jim Knowles, like you can only ask for so much. Yvonne Kamaju, probably said that wrong, but you know, another freshman who should have some impact last year. And then the reason why their wide receiver is so big this year is because last season, like their wide receiver group, just wide receivers combined for 1,029 yards,
yep,
and Tyler Warren himself by himself had 1,233 yards. So having improvement in the wide receiver core is going to take you on so many levels. You only can do so much with a good run game and a tight end game. But once you got your wide receivers out there, I feel like that's the reason why they lost to Notre Dame. Because who was their wide receiver one? We know who the receiver one was, but there was no wide receiver one out there. But now since they have that, Penn State brought in the wide receivers. They have the O line, they have the running backs, they have the quarterback, they have the defense, D line, corners, safeties. I feel like, and the defensive coordinator, Penn State is my number one team.
yep. I agree. I could
Mm-hmm.
definitely agree with that. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what I have. Well, before I wrap this up, my question here too, John. So a little non-sports topic right here. Since school is starting back up, what one piece of advice would you give to yourself as a freshman year during your freshman year?
Ooh, that's a great question, bro. Uh, man, that's crazy. Actually, somebody just I was at at a Okali meeting last week, and a freshman, just asked me that, and it's kind of hard to believe that I'm actually entering my senior year now. So I feel like unk status now. But some advice that I would give to like freshman me or like a younger version of me would be like to like stay. Even though I did this anyway, I think it would just be cool to hear. Stay true to myself, and I know that sounds cliche, but it actually like means what it what the words mean. Like staying grounded in who you are. Like keep God first, obviously, because you can't be anything without him. Like your dependency on him every day is essential. So stay true to you, and God should be within you. So if you stay true to you, you should stay true to God. So stay true to yourself. And obviously like have fun. Like experience the college life. Obviously you're going to make mistakes and stuff like that. And that's just in life in general, not just in college, but you're going to make mistakes and know that you will make mistakes, but don't give yourself grace and have fun and be joyous in every trial and every challenge and every tribulation that comes with being in school and with life in general. So those three things, if you stay true to yourself, have fun and be joyous in every trial and tribulation, I think you're going to be successful in anything that you do. That's not just with college and trying to graduate college or whatever, but that's just life in general. So I think that would be some advice that I would give myself for sure.
Yeah. I agree with every single thing you say. One thing also I'll say to freshmen, like find what's good for you. Like my dad always say, show me your friends or show yourself. Surround yourself with the right people in school.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I did. I was in school, and I wouldn't be in this position as I would be in right now without everybody who I met through school.
Yeah.
It takes a village
Yeah,
in
for
college.
sure.
You need a village in college too. You
Yeah.
know, just have someone just to lean their like to ask for advice or just to lean your head on their shoulder or something like that. Just to have someone. Because for me, like I'm an out of state student, so I have for people who I had around me, it was basically like family for me.
Yeah.
Someone who gave me rides because I didn't have a car the first 2 years, or someone who invited me to Easter, or someone who invited me to just to hang out. Just to hoop or to work out. Like just to find the right people for you that not to elevate you and not put you down.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And then my last question before we wrap this up. So since you're a senior,
Yeah.
how should seniors treat their last years at school?
Um, a lot of people. Okay, this is a great question because I feel like I'm gonna be a victim of this eventually soon. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but senioritis is real. In fact, I'm already getting a little. I'm getting a little glimpse of it already. But I do think you should treat your senior year as you would treat your sophomore and junior year. Like, don't take any assignments off anything for granted. In fact, you should hit it even more hard because this is your push to get into the career field that you want. So if you just work diligently for what you want and treat every assignment like not an assignment, like treat it as like a job assignment, if that makes sense, like you're getting paid to do this. I feel like if you go into it with that mindset, which is something that I'm trying to do right now, because I like you know how it
Yeah.
is, bro. I don't want to do work, bro. Like the first week of school has already been busy for me, so
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, but I don't want to get complacent in what I'm here to do. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be the advice for my senior self to work hard at everything, regardless if I know that I'm graduating soon or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just finish what you said you came here to do.
Yeah.
And do it with the intention of you tried your best, because you don't want to, because once it's over with, you don't want to be like, oh, I wish I would have tried a little bit harder on this assignment, or I wish I would have tried a little bit harder when it came to this, or I wish I would have popped out more to this event, or I wish I would have went to that, or something like that. You want to take advantage of every opportunity that you can, to the best of your ability, because the cost of regret sucks, you know. So yeah.
Mhm. See, I'm a me as alumni at my great school. Alum at my great school of Oklahoma State. Uh, Advice I'll give to to all the seniors out there, like John. I would say just remember your goal. Like you came here to graduate. Just because you see the finish line doesn't mean you can stop. Just
Yeah.
like the toast in the hair. The hair stopped when he was close to the finish line. He's like, "Oh, I'm about to win this race," but you don't know when the race is over. Sometimes some like seniors when people get their burnout, and just gotta remind yourself like you're almost there. You just gotta finish the job. Like run through the finish line, not just slow down.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
last advice I would say, I just say enjoy the moment. It's your last year in college. College is most people's best years of their lives. So just enjoy every single moment, every good moment, every bad moment. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. For sure. Yep. And I feel like if you do it the way that you're supposed to, like if you do it with the intention of running through the finish line, like you said, trying your best, not BSing your way through, just going through the motions, you'll feel more fulfilled when it's all said and done and when it's all over with. So yeah, for sure.
But you want to start your socials?
Yes, sir, man. Not J. Jack on Instagram. That's NOTJ period JACK on Instagram. The real J Jack on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Yes, sir.
Primetime.c alpha on all platforms. Emmanuel ADC alpha on X or Twitter, when we call it. Primetime.c alpha on TikTok. And make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast on all platforms. We're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud for the broke people, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels.
Whatever you do this on, we on.
Yep. And also, looked at my LinkedIn. Emmanuel C Alpha, connect with me. I'm trying to get to 500.
Jonathan Dash Jackson 10.ee. Shout out EE, man.
Shout out EE. All right, but hope you guys have a great day. For everybody who's starting school, good luck with school. I'm Unc now, so I don't have to worry about that. And
Hey,
we out.
yes, sir.